At Lakewood, like I said, we sent the poster cards home to each and every child, and we also have lots of them piled at the front office right where the parents sign in, and they're just great parents and very involved, always putting a poster card up on the wall and paying $1 for that. And then we've also done blue jeans for babies, and I make the joke all the time, but if you tell a teacher that she can wear jeans on Friday and then you give her the t-shirt too, you're in. So we've done a lot of blue jeans and t-shirts on Friday, and the teachers pay $5 to do that, but I swear sometimes I think they pay $500.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But we've done that every Friday since March kicked off. We start our rally in March. And we've raised a lot of money for blue jeans for babies.
Right.
But really, it's just mainly the poster cards and the blue jeans.
That is
and
wonderful.
just get people giving when they come in the front office and the little March of Dimes bucket we have.
I love it, Karen. Of course, you all had the walk last Friday. I know Bank Day is today, and a lot of the schools and a lot of the teams, both the corporate teams, family teams, personal teams, the school teams, will be turning in dollars at Wachovia. But a lot of folks are still doing events. Some people can't even attend the walk. Crystal talked about some folks who can't be here this Saturday but have been raising funds for the walk, and I think she highlighted folks can continue to turn dollars in until December 31st, so there'll be a lot of ways to keep it going. I think you mentioned, Wendy, you all may have an event even tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're doing snow cones.
Oh, great.
Snow cones for saving babies. We kind of have a little slogan each time we do a little fundraiser, and we're going to have snow cones available for a $1 donation, and the students will get to choose whatever flavor they want.
Right. That is tremendous. Great thinking. Little things can add up. If I know when you highlight that the 2 children there potentially got as much as all the other children involved in the mini walk you had, what were some of the things that they did? Do you remember, or even any of the other kids did, anecdotally or directly, that you remember that really stand out on ways that folks could raise money? Today, if someone's hearing about the walk for the first time and wants to bring their funds, whatever they can raise in the next 48 hours, what are some good ideas for viewers they may take to the bank?
Well, I know those students, they called it, actually they were younger kids and they had some help of their parent and from an uncle, and he calls it dialing for dollars.
Oh, great.
Just calling up everybody you know, and he said, I didn't ask for $5, I just said, can you give me $100? That's what he actually said. But I know they just called their friends and people that they knew, their family members, and just asked, could you sponsor me? I tried to explain to them that's the language they could use. Could you sponsor me as I help babies?
Right.
And I know they did that. I know they did some things like putting jars in restaurants and stores around our school, and just people could drop their quarters in. We had some people raise some money online. And if you haven't visited that, marchforbabies.org, you can just go there and just give a donation. Very simple, very easy. Do your credit card right then. And we've had a lot of success with that.
Is that right? Great. It's all secure, so folks feel comfortable. Absolutely. And Crystal said she could walk folks through if they wanted to call the 488-3463, or if they weren't real comfortable going online, or folks could just mail donations into the Conway office, but to call the 488-3463 to get directions. You've seen that as well,
yes,
Karen.
The electronic donating is so simple, and you can give anything you're comfortable doing.
Right.
But yes, it's very secure and confidential, and I think it's done really well for the whole March Dimes drive this time around. I don't remember or recall if it was available last year. I want to say this is the first year, and I'm not sure on that, but it's been very, very successful.
It has been. It has been available for years, but not something that folks have taken advantage of to the degree they have just this year.
Okay.
And folks can have, as Crystal highlighted, very small teams up to very large teams. We've seen some schools, of course, PD Elementary was highlighted for being the 5th top fundraising school in the state last year, which was tremendous. And another school area had been the #1 school in the state and 5th in America. So to think of the strength of Horry County schools and the excitement there, to see some of the efforts, and particularly since you all have other events during the year. I think Jump Rope for Heart is something that's very popular, obviously fighting heart disease and stroke. Probably an event, I don't know if that hits your schools or not, but there's surely other events. How do you all determine that the March for Babies was an event? Is there something you all went through, Wendy, at PD Elementary, to determine the March for Babies was an event you all were going to wrap around?
I think we just realized that's an organization that kids can identify with. Babies, everybody wants to help babies.
Right.
We also did Jump Rope for Heart, and our students did really well with that, but the March of Dimes we kind of do a little longer, and we do a little more with it. And
Sure.
you know, I just try to do as many things as I can. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Karen?
Same thing.
Right.
I think any charity has great, I mean, their heart
Sure.
is anything, but I think with children, I was going to say the same thing. They just associate so well because, you know, they weren't babies that long ago, and babies are sweet and lovable and cute, and kids, they get it. And I think that's why we have continually, year after year, been a part of the March of Dimes at Lakewood.
The kids really get it. I mean, you can see,
really-
you can feel that highlighting those ages 4 to 11. I think through my
they
own
do,
daughter is
yes.
almost 6, and I think she gets a lot. Surely she has that love of babies, but some of the issues there, it may be the older students that really begin to recognize the impact, whether it's the diaper or the shoe or the can, the 12-ounce can.
And it's always about talking to them on their level, and obviously every level is different, and just knowing how to do that. And you know, I think we do, and I'm sure she does too, a great job talking to them at their different levels. And they do, they get it, they get it.
Have either of the ambassador families visited either PD Elementary or Lakewood Elementary, whether the Hogues, Matt Hogue will be with us tomorrow, or the Chisholms, Jabrell and his mother, you remember, and father came to...
They have not visited Lakewood, but I feel very certain that they would if we. I haven't asked either, but I feel real certain that they would do that. I know their hearts behind the cause too.
Oh yeah,
but you know,
definitely.
we've been busy doing the getting ready for all the end of the year testing and et cetera. So we're definitely doing the drive, but at the same time concentrating on academics too. But they have not visited, but I know they would if we asked.
Is that it?
they haven't been to my school, but what we try to do is find, and they had in the past, we have invited some of the ambassador families to come and walk with us. This year we did not, but I found several other students who were our own students who were premature or who had premature you know, sisters or brothers, and I had them stand up and show pictures and talk about their experiences.
That's a great idea, Wendy. That is, what a great idea, a way to really, not to take anything away from the ambassador families and all the efforts they do to represent the entire county and the region on behalf, whether it's a premature birth like Jabrell or just a child born with a real issue, in that instance, a transplant that had to take place for Caroline Hogue. But to go through that, but that idea of asking the students to go home and ask their parent, how much did I weigh at birth? It's a great way to figure out if they were premature or not potentially, or if there were other complications, to really enable that child to address the crowd. That is wonderful.
Thank you.
That is really wonderful. You know, we think through, of course, those dollars. Some schools are very comfortable. I know you said you all had hit your goal.
I did.
Are you comfortable sharing where you stand, Bank Day being today and the dollars being turned in? I know you said another event, snow cones, tomorrow. You're feeling pretty good. What kind of goal did you all have, Wendy?
Well, last year we raised a little over $16,000.
Wow.
So this year we decided we had to, you know, up our goal. I'm always about being better. And so our goal was $18,000, and we are almost there.
Wow.
Almost there.
Congratulations. That is
Thank you.
tremendous. Yes. Have you? So there is some level of rivalry within the schools, which is exciting. Or
Friendly competition.
yeah, sure. Some schools are
Sure.
markedly bigger than others, or no? Are most of the elementary schools about the same size?
They're all, and obviously not all, but most of them are about the same size. But there's, you know, there's a little bit of discrepancy there.
Sure,
But I know
sure.
our enrollment's just under 800. and
We
you're
have
probably
about 750.
Yeah.
Right.
we're
So
right
some
in
of the schools, you can have apples to apples comparisons and really getting fired up about the fundraising. I mean, with some friendly competition taking
Friendly
place.
competition.
It's friendly competition among the adults.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
That's true.
But the kids can get serious.
Principal to principal, yeah.
Yeah, to have a brother and sister to really go out there and...
I was going to ask, do the brother and sister get to be the principal, or is that
Oh,
not determined?
that thing.
I wanna
That's right,
know.
the principal for a day. Do y'all do that as well, Wendy?
We do that. What we do is we tell the 4 students who raise the top amounts. The top 2, because we like to include as many as we can, the top 2 are principal for the day, and then the 3rd and 4th are assistant principal for the day. So actually the brother-sister pair will be principal for the day on different days, and then we have 2 other students that one raised about $270 some, and the other one raised $350. They will be assistant principal for the day.
Great.
Absolutely.
Look out that day, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yes, they really get into that.
Oh, I bet they do. I bet they do. The day of the event, obviously this Saturday, for a lot of folks who've never attended a walk or now a march, what are they going to see when they get out there? So there's some other events going on. You mentioned the punt, pass, and kick. Coach Ben will be with us tomorrow to talk a little bit about that. Crystal highlighted yesterday some of the tremendous events going on, a lot of food, Is there anything that really stands out in your mind? Is it just seeing the thousands of children, parents, and volunteers out there together?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think for me, last year, it was an absolutely beautiful day, which I'm thinking Saturday will be as well.
Yes.
But it was just having everybody come together for the same purpose. Lots of children, lots of babies in strollers, and everybody is just there for the same reason, and everybody's just happy and kind and happy to be there. And there's lots of food right before you go into the stadium.
Right.
And everybody goes in the bleachers and they kind of kick off the event, and then we do the walk and meet back, and then that's when the kids can participate in the punt, pass, and kick, which you know is a lot of fun for them.
Oh yeah, and lots of other events.
Great fun event.
Yeah. Anything that stands out in your mind, Wendy? Any interaction with the kids?
Well, it's just really nice that you've done all of this, and you raise all this money, and then you go, and then you see so many different kinds of people. You see, all ages. You just see men, you see women, you see grandparents, you see children in strollers, and everybody's there with something on pretty much that identifies their organization, or family teams have things. And you feel like you're coming together for one common goal. It's just a good feeling. You kind of leave with this warm heart.
Yes.
I really can't explain it, but and there is usually a lot of food.
Right.
A lot of food that I remember.
There was a lot of food. It's just a fun.
It is.
I encourage anyone in the community to come out because it's just a lot of fun.
Whether they've raised funds or not, just to be there. Clearly.
Absolutely, and maybe if they have children of their own, to show them what it's about and how it can help keep babies healthy.
And it is rain or shine, and folks should dress comfortably to get out and walk 3 miles, or just to get out and watch all the fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you all again. We've run out of time. I'm sorry 25 minutes have blown by, but keep up the great work, and thanks for all your volunteer hours. They're tremendous.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Wendy McGuirt and Karen Howard-Goss coming up next. Can you imagine a sweeter sound in the world than the cry of a healthy baby? The cry of a healthy baby. Not all parents can experience that. Not all parents can experience that cry of a healthy baby. They got to wait a while. Many waiting more than a year for that cry. A lot of folks are trying to make a difference. This Saturday's the day. Of course, PD Elementary in Lakewood and so many schools in Horry County and schools all over the country are making a difference. You can be a part of it. Registration's at 9. The March for Babies kicks off at 10 a.m. at Coastal Carolina University. Get out there. You'll be there with lots of friends and family, and you're making a difference every day. Get out there. Thank you all so much for making a difference, and thank you for getting the shirts out. That's a great thing.